Part 1. Engaging with the energy of the world. What happens when you start to fully engage yourself in the energy of the world? What happens when you start to immerse yourself in the truth and rise up with a fresh pair of eyes that allows you to experience life and to engage with all that it has to offer? To notice the true tokens of gold and Easter eggs that were placed for us in real life to help guide us every step of the way. We were not meant to walk this life blindly. We are not meant to feel lost forever. How can one feel lost when all the clues are within us? We literally have our own personal compass, our hearts, which connect to our intuition. And what is intuition? Intuition is the guidance we receive from a higher power. We all may have different names for that higher power, but either way we know that that guidance is being brought to us from above. And that's why it's important to lead with our hearts first. But most of us haven't been taught to feel first, or even trust our feelings. We haven't been taught to trust our bodies, to trust how does this make us feel. We have been taught to think, is this logical? Use your mind, use your head. But I feel what may look logical for one person may look different logically to another person. And we can be taught that doing something a certain way is the most logical way, but we don't know the intent to which that logic is coming from. So, do you see how logic can be biased? The point of this is that's why it can be inauthentic to lead with our mind first and our hearts last, because our minds are fed with the things that we have been taught or things that people have put there, most being very untrue to ourselves. But our hearts never lie, because our hearts knows what's best for us. And if we aren't connected to our bodies, then that's when we are provided clues in our life, or tokens, or Easter eggs, or tools that help guide us to living our truth. Which brings me back to my question of, how can one feel lost when all the clues are right there in front of them? Because one cannot use what they cannot see, what they are not connected to. To see, your eyes must be open. Your hearts must be open. Your mind must be open. To be opened is to be awake. So if you are not open, then one could assume that we have been asleep. Most of us are sleepwalking our way through life. It is as if we might as well be walking with our eyes closed. No wonder many of us go through life feeling so lost. No wonder so many of us cannot see the tokens of gold, the Easter eggs, the signs, the people, the hand that has been extended right in front of our eyes our entire life, trying to guide us to clarity. No wonder why one cannot feel the pulse in their heart that has been trying to connect them to the things that make them truly happy, to their true happiness, all while they have been crying tears of discontent because they are living a life that they were led to believe was the only way or the right way to live. not knowing that the person that was leading them has also been sleepwalking their way through life. It is not their fault though, because they too have been led by the same person that they have become. True happiness comes when you finally decide to listen to that thumping in your chest and connect to that feeling of knowing that there is more to life than what you have been told to believe. Do you want to be like the person you have been listening to? Most importantly, do you want to feel like the person you have been listening to? Which is tricky, because most of the time we will never know if someone is truly happy, like deep down inside, despite how they look or how much money they have or what they tell you. But there is one teller. People who are truly happy don't need to force, convince, judge, or look down on other people who are not living the life that they believe to be the right way to live. Because people who are genuinely happy know that there is no one-size-fits-all right way to live. Because we are all on different paths, and we are here to fulfill different purposes. And they only know that not because they are better than anyone. They know that because they too used to have the same outlook on life. But it made them so unhappy for so long. And then one day, on a day that they were so tired of being unhappy, they randomly met a person at the grocery store, or randomly got recommended a YouTube video, or read a book, or discovered astrology, or got exposed to a different environment that provided them that Easter egg. And after being so tired and needing all the hope that they can get, they finally took it. And in that moment, they chose to wake up. I sincerely feel that the happiest people are the most awakened people. And after going through my own awakening experience around 2022, mainly in 2023, it caused me to go through a very uncomfortable and lonely identity crisis and complete life change. And now I am finally ready to accept it all. I want to test out all the magic that life has to offer. And I'm gonna do this in the most typical Aries moon, which is my moon sign. I'm gonna do it in the most typical Aries moon fashion, through creating a challenge where I fully engage with all the Easter eggs, aka the tools that were placed in this life to help guide us. In my personal opinion, I truly believe astrology and spirituality or spiritual practices are two of those tools. They are not here by accident. And although there are a variety of tools for each of us to use depending on what resonates with us, astrology and spirituality really resonate with me the most. So if any of that resonates with you, it's time to take my hand and let me show you the magic.